The rap world is on fire once again, and this time it's not just about bars or beats. It's personal. 50 Cent just clapped back at Benzino in a way nobody saw coming. And let's just say, he's not holding back. What started as a few slick words online has exploded into a full-blown war of pride, loyalty, and legacy, all revolving around one man, Eminem. Benzino, known for his long-standing feud with M, thought he could take another shot and get away with it. But when he dragged Eminem's name into the dirt, questioning his authenticity, his legacy, and even his bond with 50, the streets knew it wouldn't end quietly. Now, 50 has unleashed what fans are calling one of his coldest clapbacks in years, ruthless, unfiltered, and dripping with receipts. Social media is in chaos, fans are divided, and even rappers who usually stay quiet are suddenly choosing sides. But here's the thing, this isn't just another rap beef. Behind the scenes, sources claim there's a personal betrayal that sparked 50's rage, something Benzino never wanted the world to know. And tonight we're breaking down everything. Stay tuned, this story gets darker than anyone expected. It all started with a single post, one comment that shook the entire rap community overnight. Benzino had been quiet for months, maybe even forgotten by most fans, until he decided to stir the pot again. Late one Friday night, he took to Instagram Live sipping on something dark, his tone slurred but his message sharp. "Y'all keep acting like Eminem built this culture," Benzino said, his voice tightening. But truth is, he just borrowed it. The real ones built hip-hop, not no industry pet. The clip went viral within minutes. Screenshots flooded X, Twitter. TikTok edits popped up with dramatic captions like, "Benzino coming for M again?" And fans couldn't believe it. After years of peace, Benzino had reopened one of hip-hop's most toxic wounds, the Eminem versus Benzino feud that once divided the entire rap world. But this time, there was a twist. In that same rant, Benzino didn't just take aim at Eminem. He dragged 50 Cent straight into the mess, claiming 50 had been riding Eminem's coattails since day one. He wouldn't even be in the picture if it wasn't for M, Benzino sneered. He talked tough, but he's just M's bodyguard with a mic. That was it. That one line lit the fuse. Within hours, 50 Cent's team caught wind of it, and fans knew what was coming. If there's one thing 50 doesn't do, it's stay silent when someone disrespects him or his brother. You can clown 50 about his movies, his business deals, his old beefs, but mention Eminem and you're crossing sacred ground. The next morning, 50 posted a photo of himself and Eminem backstage at a concert, both laughing, both looking untouchable, with a caption that read, "Some people talk 'cause they broke. Some talk 'cause they bitter. Zeno, you still both." The internet exploded. Fans filled the comments with crying emojis and flame reactions. "50's back in his bag," one fan tweeted. "Zeno picked the wrong one to play with." But Benzino didn't back down. Hours later, he went live again, now furious, pacing back and forth in his living room. "I ain't scared of no 50 Cent, he snapped. "That man been living off Eminem's shadow for 20 years. I said what I said. And that's when the story began to spiral into something way deeper than anyone expected. According to a source close to 50's camp, what really set 50 off wasn't Benzino's words. It was the timing. Just weeks before this drama, Eminem had been planning a surprise appearance at a major hip-hop anniversary event, one that would honor both legends for their impact on the game. Word is, Benzino found out and tried to sabotage it behind the scenes. Apparently, he reached out to the event organizers, questioning why they'd celebrate a culture vulture like Eminem. He allegedly told them, "You can't celebrate hip-hop and have him as the face of it." When 50 heard that, insiders say he lost it. He felt like Benzino was disrespecting M on a level that went beyond music, the source claimed. It wasn't just about beef, it was about legacy, friendship, loyalty. 50 don't play about that? And so, what started as online shade turned into a calculated counterattack. A few days later, 50 dropped a video on Instagram. It wasn't a diss track, it wasn't even a rant. It was pure 50 Cent energy, calm, cold, and surgical. He sat in a dark studio sipping champagne, looking directly into the camera. "Some dudes just can't move on," he said, smirking. "They see us winning 20 years later, still together, still rich, still relevant, and it eats them alive. Zeno, I understand your pain, bro. You mad your daughter rock with us now? But don't take it out on M." Fans went crazy. The last line, "You mad your daughter rock with us now," was a direct jab at Benzino's daughter, Coi Leray, who has publicly shown respect for Eminem and 50 despite her father's history with them. That's when the drama exploded into family territory. Benzino, furious, clapped back online again, this time dragging his daughter into the chaos. "Koi need to watch herself," he wrote on X. "Don't let these industry snakes play you against your blood." Fans were shocked. What started as a rap beef was now tearing into family relationships. Koi, who'd stayed quiet for months about her father's antics, finally broke her silence. In a now viral TikTok, she said calmly, "I love my dad, but I'm not part of his beefs. I grew up watching legends like 50 and M. I respect them, period." That's it. That single statement flipped the internet upside down. Comments poured in, some defending her, others accusing her of betraying her father. The Benzino-Koi tension was suddenly trending worldwide, and 50, being 50, couldn't resist adding fuel to the fire. He reposted Koi's clip on Instagram with the caption, "Smart kid. Knows what real respect looks like." At that moment, the whole narrative changed. This wasn't just Benzino versus 50 Cent anymore. It was turning into a generational rift, a pride war, and a cultural clash all in one. Behind the scenes, according to industry insiders, 50's team began compiling old Benzino footage, interviews, rants, leaked audio, preparing what one source called a digital knockout. "He's not holding back this time," the insider said. "This isn't 2003 anymore. 50's in power now. He runs TV shows, media, and social. He can destroy a reputation with one post." And that's exactly what fans started to anticipate, a full-scale social media ambush from 50 Cent. But Benzino wasn't done talking either. He began calling in favors, reaching out to old allies from the Source magazine days, trying to rally support against what he called industry hypocrisy. "Y'all celebrate a man who mocked our culture for years?" he said in another live session. "And I'm the villain because I tell the truth. Nah, I built this. I am hip-hop." The tension was thick. The stakes were higher than ever, and fans could feel it. This wasn't just a petty feud anymore. It was pride, ego, and legacy colliding in real time. And the worst part? 50 Cent wasn't done yet, because according to whispers online, he had one move left that would flip the entire story on its head. Something so personal, even Benzino's closest friends were warning him to back off. But Benzino didn't listen. He just kept talking. And 50 was already planning his next move. When 50 Cent said, "I'm not holding back," people thought it was just another Instagram stunt. They thought he'd post a meme, laugh it off, and move on. But this time, it felt different. There was something in his tone, that quiet confidence that always shows up before 50 goes for the kill. And fans could sense it. The internet was holding its breath. 2 days after Benzino's latest rant, 50 dropped a video that shook social media to its core. It wasn't flashy, just 50 in a black hoodie in his studio again, looking straight into the camera. He played a short voice note, Benzino's voice, unmistakable, ranting about how Eminem gets away with everything because he's white. Then 50 smirked and said, "It's always the ones who talk about unity that got the most hate in their heart." The clip ended there. But the damage? Done. Within an hour, Dr. Trucker 50 Cent exposes Benzino was trending on X. Fans flooded timelines with clips, memes, and reaction videos. 50 didn't even need to drop a bar, just facts, one user wrote. Others called it vintage 50 energy. But behind the scenes, Benzino wasn't laughing. According to a close friend, Benzino was furious and humiliated. The voice note was real, but it was from years ago, an off-the-record conversation that was never meant to surface. He believed someone from his old circle had leaked it to 50. And if there's one thing Benzino hates more than being ignored, it's betrayal. He was going off, the insider revealed, throwing his phone, screaming about snitches. He said, "I know who gave that to 50, I'm gonna handle it." But the problem was 50 wasn't done yet. Hours later, he posted a throwback clip from 2003, a grainy recording of Benzino calling Eminem a gimmick for white America. In the caption, 50 wrote 20 years later, still saying the same thing. "Ain't nothing changed but the wrinkles." That line hit hard. Even rappers who usually stay silent started reacting. Busta Rhymes commented with a fire emoji. Fat Joe dropped laughing faces. DJ Academics reposted the clip with the caption, "50's in his old bag again." Somebody check on Zeno. The hip-hop world was eating it up. But for Benzino, this was personal. According to his camp, Benzino felt like he was being ganged up on, not just by 50, but by the entire industry that once respected him. He started calling out names, producers, DJs, bloggers, accusing them of siding with the enemy. And that's when things got messy. Benzino posted a screenshot of a private text, allegedly from someone in Eminem's team, warning him to stop talking or more receipts would drop. He captioned it, "This is how they do. Trying to silence a real one. I ain't backing down." But fans weren't buying it. Comments poured in calling it fake. Some said it was AI generated. Others joked that Benzino was fighting ghosts. Then, just when the internet started clowning him again, 50 made his boldest move yet. He uploaded a 2-minute teaser titled "The Real Story: Benzino's Fall from Hip-Hop Grace." It looked like a trailer for one of his TV shows, complete with interviews, headlines, and dramatic narration. In it, he painted Benzino as a man consumed by jealousy, after losing the source, his status, and his connection to the culture. When you spend decades hating another man's success, 50's voice said in the clip, you forget how to build your own. Fans lost it. The teaser hit 5 million views in less than 24 hours. Memes flooded TikTok. People started tagging Coi Leray, asking her to react. But Coi stayed silent this time, and that silence only made things worse. Rumors began swirling that she'd unfollowed her father on Instagram, though neither side confirmed it. The blogs, of course, ran wild. Headlines like Coi Leray distances herself from Benzino amid 50 Cent drama took over. And Benzino? He cracked. He went live again, face tense, eyes red, voice shaking. "Y'all trying to make me the villain," he said. "I built this culture from the ground up. I helped break artists when 50 was still selling mixtapes in parking lots." He slammed his table, the sound echoing through his mic. "Em know what it is. He ain't no god of hip-hop. He a guest. And 50? He just his security guard." Fans watching said it didn't feel like a performance anymore. It felt like pain. Real pain. The next day, Coi finally posted a cryptic tweet. "You can't fight everyone and still expect peace." It was only 8 words, but it broke the internet. Everyone assumed it was about her dad. 50 reposted it with 3 fire emojis. By now, even people outside the hip-hop world were paying attention. TMZ covered it. Shade Room ran it. Charlamagne Tha God brought it up on The Breakfast Club, saying, "50's trolling level is different, but honestly, Benzino need to let it go. Every time he brings up M, it just makes him look bitter." Still, Benzino refused to stop. In a desperate move, he dropped a diss track titled "No Guest Pass," going straight for 50 and Eminem. It was rough, gritty, emotional, but not in the way fans expected. The lyrics were bitter, angry, and scattered. He accused Eminem of buying street respect and called 50 a TV gangster. The reaction, brutal. Within hours, YouTube comments were flooded with clown emojis. "Bro, this ain't 2004, one user wrote. Another said, 50 already won. This just confirmed it." Even worse, 50 responded within minutes. Not with a diss track, but with another meme. It showed Benzino's face photoshopped on an old VHS tape labeled "Outdated Drama, Please Rewind." The caption read, "Zeno still playing old hits nobody asked for." The post hit over 2 million likes in a day. And just like that, Benzino's track was buried under a wave of jokes and memes. But behind the laughter, there was a darker truth, because insiders say Benzino started losing brand deals and event bookings because of the drama. Promoters were backing out. Podcasts were canceling interviews. Even some of his old allies were distancing themselves. He thought this beef would make him relevant again, a former associate said. But all it did was remind people why they stopped dealing with him. Meanwhile, 50 was thriving. He turned the whole situation into content, teasing a new episode of his show Hip Hop Homicides with the caption, "New Season, the death of Benzino's credibility." Of course, it was a joke. But fans loved it. At this point, what had started as a few online jabs had become one of the biggest viral rap dramas of the year. But what fans didn't know, what nobody knew yet, was that Benzino had one card left to play. A secret. Something that could drag not just 50, but Eminem into the mud with him. And as Benzino began teasing it on social media, saying, "Y'all think I'm the bad guy? Wait till I drop this truth." Everyone knew the next move could change everything. Benzino had reached his breaking point. He was tired of the jokes, tired of the memes, tired of being called washed up. And late one night, he went live again. This time, not angry, but eerily calm. The room behind him was dark, just the glow of a ring light bouncing off his face. His voice was low, deliberate, like a man about to drop a bomb. "You want to play with me, Fif?" he said, staring straight into the camera. You think you can embarrass me, make me the bad guy? Okay, let's talk about what really went down between you and M. Fans flooded into the live instantly, tens of thousands watching, hearts racing, comments flying. What's he talking about? Zeno finna exposed something crazy. This can't be real. Then Benzino leaned closer, his tone darkening. Everybody think their little brotherhood is all love and loyalty, but they don't know the half of it. You think 50 stayed loyal to M out of respect? Nah, he stayed loyal out of guilt. The internet froze. What guilt? What was he talking about? He continued. Back in the day, when M was at his lowest, when his career was slipping and the industry was turning on him, there was one dude who was supposed to ride for him. But he didn't. He flipped. He tried to leave Shady, tried to start his own label behind M's back. But when it fell apart, guess who came crawling back? The comments exploded. He talking about 50? Ain't no way. He cappin'. Benzino smirked. Y'all can call me bitter, call me crazy, whatever you want. But I've seen the contracts. I've talked to the people. The only reason 50's still standing next to M is because he got dirt on him. Real dirt. He paused, letting the words hang heavy. You can fool the fans, but you can't fool the industry. 50 ain't protecting him. He's protecting himself. That live, whether true or not, blew up. Within an hour, clips flooded every platform. YouTubers made reaction videos. Hip-hop blogs dissected every sentence. Did 50 betray Eminem back in the day? Became the question of the week. Fans were split. Half believed Benzino was reaching for relevance. The other half wondered if maybe, just maybe, there was truth hidden under all that anger. But behind closed doors, according to insiders, 50 Cent wasn't amused. He was fuming, one G-Unit associate revealed. That man don't play about loyalty, especially not with M. Rumor has it, 50 immediately called Eminem. The conversation, according to one insider, was tense. Yo, M, you hear what this clown said? 50 allegedly barked. Eminem, calm as ever, supposedly just sighed. Let him talk, bro. He wants attention. You respond, he wins. But 50 wasn't the type to take advice. Not when someone questioned his loyalty. 2 days later, he dropped another post. This time, not playful, not trolling. Just pure ice. A black and white photo of him and Eminem from 2002. The caption, real recognize real. The rest fade away. No tags, no mentions, just that. Fans flooded the comments. Oh, he heard Benzino loud and clear. It's over for Zeno now. This about to get ugly. And they were right. Because behind the scenes, 50 was moving like a chess player who'd already seen the next 5 moves. According to sources close to 50's TV team, he began working on a special episode of his upcoming docuseries, one centered on hip-hop beefs that went too far. And guess whose name was rumored to be featured? Benzino's. He's turning the entire situation into content, one insider said. That's the power 50 has now. You come for him and he'll make money off your name. Benzino, meanwhile, doubled down. He posted screenshots of old emails, blurry images, half-legible contracts, claiming they proved his story. But fans weren't convinced. Bro, that's a 2006 Word document, one user joked. Another said, this man using Windows XP receipts. Still. The drama reached a boiling point when Benzino claimed he had recordings, private convos between 50 and Shady Records execs, that would prove everything. I'm not dropping them yet, he warned during another live. But when I do, it's over for him. I'm exposing everything. The threat spread like wildfire. News outlets picked it up. DJs started debating whether Benzino really had tapes. Twitter Spaces went wild with speculation. People began digging through old interviews, analyzing 50's statements about Eminem, trying to find cracks. 50's statements about Eminem, trying to find cracks. And that's when something totally unexpected happened. Eminem finally broke his silence. He didn't post a video. He didn't drop a diss track. He just uploaded a single tweet. Some people still talking about 2003 like it's yesterday. Move on. Simple, clean, surgical. That one tweet destroyed Benzino's entire narrative. The replies were flooded with clown emojis and bars from Killshot. Fans started calling M the silent sniper again. But here's the wild part. Even after that, Benzino refused to let go. He kept going live, accusing everyone of covering for the truth. He said M's tweet was damage control, that 50 was using his connections to silence him. People started noticing something else, though. Benzino didn't look the same. His rants were longer, more emotional. He looked tired, drained, like the battle was eating him alive. Meanwhile, 50 was doing interviews, laughing about the situation. On The Breakfast Club, he smirked and said, "You see how quiet it gets when you expose somebody's lies? He playing checkers, I'm playing TV deals." The audience laughed. Clips went viral again, and that's when Benzino made his final move. Late one night, he posted a mysterious clip, a dark studio, a folder on a laptop titled G-Unit Secrets, his hand hovering over the mouse. He captioned it, "They thought I was bluffing. Let's go." But before he could upload whatever was inside, his account went offline, gone. Instagram deleted it. YouTube banned his live replays. X suspended his account for violating policy. Fans went insane. Did 50's team get his account taken down? Was he hacked? What was in that folder? Nobody knew. The clip was gone before anyone could download it. The next day, 50 posted one final message, a photo of a chessboard with one piece tipped over. The caption? Game over. The internet exploded. It was the most talked about story in hip-hop that week. Again. Benzino tried to create backup accounts, but none stuck. The industry turned silent. Nobody wanted to touch it anymore. Even Koi stayed completely off social media for days, clearly distancing herself from the chaos. And just like that, Benzino, once again, had been outplayed by 50 Cent. But there was one thing that kept people talking. Because a small group of fans swore they'd seen that file, that G-Unit Secrets folder, pop up briefly on a dark web forum before it vanished. No proof. No screenshots. Just whispers. And now the entire hip-hop internet was left wondering, did Benzino really have something? Or was it just his last desperate attempt to stay relevant? Whatever the truth was, one thing was certain, 50 had turned the tables again. And Benzino? He was left in the dark, watching the empire he once bragged about crumble before his eyes. But this story wasn't quite over yet. Because what happened next, nobody saw coming, not even 50. The dust hadn't even settled, but the entire hip-hop community could feel it. The war between 50 Cent and Benzino wasn't just another internet beef anymore. It had become legendary, the kind of story people would talk about for years. But while 50 was busy celebrating another public win, something unexpected was brewing in the background. Benzino had disappeared from the internet. No posts, no lives, no interviews. For weeks, nothing. Fans joked he was in witness protection from 50's memes, but insiders told a different story. He went ghost on purpose, one source said. He's hurt. This one hit deep. The man felt humiliated. For years, Benzino had been fighting ghosts from his past. The collapse of the Source. His fallout with Eminem. His strained relationship with Koi. But this feud with 50 exposed something deeper. A truth he couldn't spin, deny, or escape. The culture had moved on. Meanwhile, 50 was thriving. The clip of him posting the Game Over chessboard had gone viral on every platform. Podcasts were analyzing it, news blogs were replaying his Breakfast Club quotes, and his comment sections were flooded with fans calling him the last real general. Even Eminem, usually private and detached from drama, was reportedly amused. He found it funny, an insider said. He told 50, "You always find a way to turn beef into business." And that's exactly what happened. A month after the feud went quiet, 50 announced something that made fans' jaws drop. A brand new docuseries titled Clapbacks, Hip-Hop's Most Savage Feuds. Guess who episode 1 was rumored to be about? That's right, Benzino. The trailer alone broke the internet. It opened with a slow zoom on Benzino's old The Source magazine cover, fading into headlines of his feud with Eminem. Then 50's voice cut through like a blade. Some people don't know when to stop talking, and sometimes silence hits harder than a diss track. Clips of 50's old interviews flashed, Eminem on stage, Benzino shouting into his phone. Fans were losing it. Comments flooded in. 50 turned beef into a business model. Benzino became a storyline. He's literally getting paid to clown his ops. But not everyone was laughing. According to people close to Benzino, he felt betrayed and set up. He believed 50 had used his breakdown for entertainment. "They want to make me look crazy," he reportedly told a friend. "But I'm not the villain. I'm the only one who tells the truth." He tried to reach out to several media outlets to share his side, but most turned him down. One producer told him straight up, "Bro, 50 owns the narrative now." Nobody's touching that. That's when Benzino decided to try something different. He dropped a new video, not a diss, not a rant, but something like a confession. He sat alone in a dimly lit room, no music, no edits, just him and the camera. "I ain't perfect," he started. "I've made mistakes. But don't act like I ain't contributed to this game." He spoke about how he helped shape hip-hop media, about how the Source gave platforms to artists before they were legends. He mentioned Nas, Jay-Z, even early Eminem interviews. "I love this culture, man. It's in my blood," he said softly. "But somehow I became the bad guy." For the first time in years, fans didn't clown him. The comments were surprisingly mixed. Some sympathetic, others skeptical. "He's hurt," one person wrote. "You can tell he's tired." Even 50 didn't respond publicly, and that silence said a lot. Behind the scenes, though, rumors started spreading that 50 had actually watched the video and told his team, "Let him talk. He need that for peace." Still, peace was never something that lasted long in the rap world, because just when things seemed to calm down, something unexpected leaked. A snippet of an unreleased G-Unit song surfaced online, allegedly recorded years ago but never dropped. In it, 50 rapped, "Talk slick about him, that's a quick career ender. You still crying over pages from the Source, old vendor?" Fans went insane. Some claimed 50 leaked it himself just to put the final nail in the coffin. Others believed it was part of a deleted mixtape that resurfaced by coincidence. Either way, it reignited the conversation. Benzino tried to ignore it at first, but then he tweeted, "You can't bury what's already alive." The post didn't hit like he hoped. Instead, fans flooded his replies with memes of 50 holding a shovel. The cycle had repeated. But this time, there was something different about the energy. Even Benzino's critics started saying it felt like the feud had gone too far. Charlemagne called it a cultural autopsy. DJ Academics said, "This not beef no more." It's just sad now. And maybe that's why, weeks later, Benzino reportedly reached out to Coy for the first time in months. The two were spotted having dinner and LAA TMZ cameraman asked Coy if she'd ever get her dad and 50 to squash things. She just smiled and said, "That's between legends." Fans loved that answer. It was mature, respectful, and the first sign that maybe, just maybe, the family rift was healing. But the internet never forgets. Clips of the feud kept circulating. Compilation videos of 50 versus Benzino moments hit millions of views on TikTok. Streamers analyzed Benzino's downfall like a tragic movie. And through it all, 50 remained silent. No comments, no memes, no more posts. Just business as usual. His docuseries premiered the following month. Episode 1, as expected, opened with the feud. It was brutally honest but weirdly classy, highlighting Benzino's contributions, his flaws, and the emotional toll fame took on him. It wasn't mockery, it was closure. At the end of the episode, 50's voice narrated, "At the end of the day, hip-hop is war. Some make peace, some make history. Either way, we all leave a verse behind." Fans called it one of the most powerful quotes 50 ever dropped, and when Benzino saw it, people close to him said he just nodded. No anger, no reaction, just quiet acceptance. Maybe that's what he needed all along. Not another fight, but an ending. Weeks later, Benzino posted a single message on X. "I still stand by my truth. But I respect the game. No hate, no beef, just legacy." It didn't trend. It didn't go viral, but it felt like peace. And for once, 50 didn't say a word. Because maybe, deep down, he respected that too. The story that started with chaos ended in silence. 2 men, 2 legacies. One lesson that every rapper knows but few admit. In this game, clout fades. But consequences don't. And as fans replayed the saga from start to finish, one thing became clear. This wasn't just another hip-hop beef. It was a reflection of the cost of pride, the illusion of power, and the price of trying to outshine loyalty. And that's where the story stands. 50 Cent and Benzino, 2 veterans who let old wounds and online egos turn into one of the most viral rap feuds of the decade. From Instagram lives to diss records to memes, threats, and unfinished secrets, this beef had it all. Drama, betrayal, family tension, and redemption. But the biggest twist wasn't 50's clapbacks or Benzino's exposés. It was how the world reacted. Fans laughed, shared, dissected, and debated every post, proving that in today's digital era, controversy sells faster than music. The question now is, what's next? Will Benzino ever bounce back and rebuild his image? Will Coy and her father fully reconcile? And will 50 ever respond again? Or has he truly closed that chapter for good? You tell us. Drop your thoughts below. Do you think Benzino deserved what happened? Or did 50 take it too far? Let's hear it from you in the comments. If you love deep dives like this, the secrets, the tension, the real stories behind the rap world, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because here, we don't just cover the headlines. We decode the drama. This is Eminence Daily, where fame has no secrets. And trust me, the next story we're about to drop, it's even wilder than this one. Stay tuned.